Hi. So, this episode of Eric's Edge is brought to you by the letter H and the number 6 or something like that. Hey out there. So, for MARCHintosh, I was inspired by Bill Goats, Dan. He is the knitter extraordinaire from the Orkney Islands. I'm stealing his thunder. He created a HyperCard app that does selection of winners for contests and stuff. So we're going to throw together a HyperCard stack inspired by his creation. Yeah, I'm shamelessly stealing his idea. So let's get started. Okay, button, where's the button? There. Okay. So, who do we have? Some dude called Eric's Edge. And Joe's Computer Museum was first, question mark. Everything is Broken Garage, second, exclamation point. Ron's Computer Videos is tres. And then Joe's Computer Museum is no longer first. Now he's Latin for 4, I assume. Quator. And then I don't know if that's not Japanese, right? Is that the Chinese for? I don't know. Some sticks laid out to... Oh, no, that's supposed to be 5. Some sticks laid out to be 5. And then, of course, I tried to do a 6 and had to do it 3 times. I'm sorry, that was pterodine. That is 5th. Who else do we have? Trina! Trina is nothing. She's not a number at all. Trina is just Trina. K-Mac. Vintage. Hello. And I think... let me scroll down. Who else do we have? Trina, Ricks, Random Retro, yeah, Mac Stuff, Retro Techie, yes, I am awesome. I think I got everybody. All right, cool. Let's get started. This is not endorsed by Guinness, although I like Guinness. So, if Guinness, if you're out there, if you choose to endorse me, all you got to do is send me like a case a month or something. So, okay. Reminders. It is MARCHintosh. So, and to celebrate MARCHintosh, I guess I need more beer. I am holding a contest to give away one of Ron's MARCHintosh t-shirts to a lucky winner. Maybe we'll use this stack if I can get it to work right to select the winner. And the contest is open to anybody that I can ship it to without it costing a gazillion dollars. And if you go look at my videos on YouTube and look for the one that's called Major Award, all you got to do is make a comment on it. You don't need to subscribe. You don't have to like anything. If you choose to subscribe and like, that's cool too. But there is no obligation for the contest whatsoever. Taxes, fees, import duties, bribes, whatever, are your problem, winner, if you need to do that to get it. Totally up to you to decide that. Anyway, moving on. Let's start HyperCard. Let me move the incorrect mouse out of the way so I don't do that. Okay, so we're going to start from scratch in HyperCard here. So Joe has needs his base soldered. Oh, you mean base station? Okay. What do I need to install on my 650 to allow to follow along with you at home? you need to go to Macintosh Garden or some other repository. You could go to archive.org. In fact, you could run an instance of HyperCard in archive.org's browser, and of course you're going to throw away everything you do in it, but so that's one way you could do it. But you could go to Macintosh Garden and just download HyperCard 2.4.1. That was the last release of HyperCard. They were working on a version 3, but it never came out. If you want to join in the fun, I think there's even emulator in mini VMAC that you can download that's already got it in it. Okay, so this is the HyperCard home stack, and in it you will see lots of things, including in the stack kit there are stack templates. Unfortunately, there's not a Hat-o-matic template. There's nothing really that's even close to it, so we're just going to create a new stack. We will copy some art from it, though. So let's do File, New Stack. We're going to put it where I do my development, which is oh, come on. Did it just freeze up on me? No, it's just thinking really hard. So this is the Neko, excuse me, folder. Here's the development folder. Here's the HyperCard projects. We'll just toss it in here. That's last year's MARCHintosh folder. So we're going to call this something original. Let's see. What did I say it was in the description? I think I called it the Select-o-matic or something like that, because Hat-o-matic has been taken. So yeah, let's just go with that. You can always rename it later. So select, use the right keyboard. Select-o-matic. Okay. And save. Okay, we didn't change, it's just a standard stack. The size of the screen and everything is the default, which means it'll work on a plus or a classic screen. Completely blank. There's absolutely nothing here yet. So what are we going to need to do this? We're going to need a list of names, right? So let's drag the toolbar, tool palette, whatever it's called. And we're going to create a, well, let's create a field here. Let's see, command, drag, and we're going to put in here Select-o-matic. Kind of a goofy, boring style here, so let's go back to the field properties. We're gonna leave it transparent. We're going to change the text style and make it bigger. Let's go with 48. I like Courier, or Chicago, I mean, for font. We're going to center it and hit OK. And you notice that our text disappeared. It's because it's on the second line. So let's fix that. Okay. Go back to our field tool. Select-o-matic. Now you'll notice I'm not dragging this all the way to the top of the card, and that's because when you're on a classic Mac, this part of it ends up being obscured by the menu. So we'll just leave it up there. Okay. let's see. Let's steal some art. I mean, borrow some artwork from the home stack. We're gonna go home, and we're gonna go to background art. Nah, we're not gonna use background art. We're gonna use. Where is it? Art bits. And we need something. Those are small treasures. Move this thing out of the way. So we could do some kind of, you know, present the winner in a frame there, but that, let's not get fancy right off the bat. A guy being stung by a bee. No. There's some oddball stuff. Cop holding a Mac at gunpoint. Nah, I don't think so. I like apple pie. That was interesting. There's kind of a mean-looking sun. Skeleton, a horse. I know. Let's copy what Dan did in his, since, you know, we're copying Dan's solution anyway. So what I'm going to do is grab this Mac. Not to worry, I can clean up the extra stuff later. So edit, copy picture. You don't want to cut it because you're editing the home stack then. We're going to go to recent so that we can get back to where we started. The Select-o-matic. We're going to edit and paste the picture. And we're going to put it, let's just put it here. Okay. Now I need to clean this up a bit. So I'm going to grab the eraser. So we'll just do a little bit of cleaning. Good enough. Now it looks just like Dan's stack. Yeah, you know, I was hoping, Joe, that Dan was going to like say, here, if you would like to have my stack, you could just download it from here. But he didn't do that. So now I have to actually do the programming myself. So I should have reached out to him and said, hey, Dan, could I use your stack? But no. You know, the fun part is creating it anyway. So we're just going to do that. So there. Now, all of this is on the front and not the background screen. So I'm not going to worry about it because we're just tossing it together. But if you look at the background, there's nothing on it. Not to worry. We need another text field. Hold the Command key down so you can just drag and draw. And we need to have some place to put names of people that could win, right? Hey, Justin. And Apples Anonymous has joined us. That tastes good. Okay. So we've got a field here. Let's check the properties of it. It doesn't have a name. We're going to call it, contest. Nah. Names. We'll just call it names. I don't want it to be transparent. I want it to be a rectangle. I don't want to lock the text because I need to enter the names here, right? But I don't want it to wrap the names. We want all the names, no matter how long they are, to be on one line. each. So wide margins we don't need. We're not going to fix the line height. I don't think we need to show the lines. I don't care whether we search it or not. So let's go with that. All right. So how does it look now? So we've got a text here. Probably should drop a label on it. You could just type using the text tool and type it right here, but then if you move things around, you got to move graphics around. So what I do is I actually will create a field to go above this, and drop something in there. Names. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be really simple. So we can type in names here. We could have, let's go with who's in the chat. Trina. Since you're first, you'll never win because I'll randomly pick the second through the nth. Apples Anonymous. Everything is broken garage. Joe. I'm just going to put those 4 names. Oh, let's put Justin in too. Oh, and retro techie. You know. Who else can we throw in here? Who else do we have in the chat? Retro techie Joe. Teradyne. T-E-R-A-D-Y-N-E. And Rick. Oop. Sorry, Rick. Threw a C in your name. That probably never, ever happens that somebody puts a C in your name. Oh, and K-Mac. Gotta have you in here. Am I missing anyone? I think I gotta. If I'm missing someone, please, you know, tell me. Oh wait, yeah, I have to. No, nope. I think I got everybody. I'm sorry. Winners will have to supply their actual legal name at some point. Nick. Or at least an address that's deliverable. Okay, so we'll just go with that for now. So we got a list of names here. Now, what if I had 20 more entrants? It's kind of a problem, right? I can't see them. So this field type isn't going to work. What we really need to do, and get the field tool back, is select the scrolling field. There. Now we can have, you know, like 30,000 entrants. I forgot myself. I put Trina in, didn't I? You're at the top of the list, Trina. Darth Beagle. That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. Is your... Oh, yeah. Lord Commander Ryan Howard. Hayward is your official title. I should put myself in. I'm going to do that. And you see how it doesn't go down and wrap around to the next line. It actually just tries to fit it on a single line. So, now we'll change you. So, Lord Commander Ryan Hayward. Yes, but we still don't know what the D stands for. Dangerous. Garth bestowed on can't speak. Garth bestowed it on me with official binding mail from the king's own mail service. Yes. It's kind of like delivering letters to Santa. You know, if the U.S. Postal Service delivers them to some random dude with a beard, he becomes Santa, right? Jack is here. Yes, I agree, Justin. You do deserve to have on a certain amount of online anonymity. Anonymity. What I just tried to say. Hi, Jack. All right, so we're just going to go with this list to play with it. All right. So far, we just have a list. Doesn't really do anything, does it? Does the random dude live in Michigan, and does he work on HyperCard? Hey, Dave. I'm going to spend the entire time just adding names. Okay. All right, let's just do this now. So I could click on here, I could select this stuff, but it's not going to do anything. So what I really need to do is probably add some kind of click event so that you could fire something off. Now, the classic way of doing that, obviously, is to add a button to the screen. So, if I hold the Option key down, I can drag a button, and I can call it Select, because it's the Select-o-matic. And we don't want it to be transparent. Let's do opaque, and let's pick an icon for it. So, we have dice. So you could roll dice. That's kind of a neat thing. Some kind of random thing, like this dude that's staring down this other icon. It's like, I've got work to do, so he's staring at it. I'm feeling rather silly tonight, I have to warn you. Oh, yeah, we're picking Bill. Alright, so Bill Atkinson is going to select the winner. That way, if you have a beef about the winner, you can take it up with Bill. We should probably show the name on here so that you know. You click Bill to make it select. Now, you see how it's opaque? It's obscuring some of this. Let's make it transparent. There. So now if you're back in browse mode, it's not taking up anything. Dell is not actually correct. Who's Dell? I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, this has been a week of Mondays, and I think I am not the only one that has experienced a week of Mondays. There, we're going to do mystery meat navigation. We're going to put the select right inside the computer so that people are like, what do I click on? So I'm really punchy. I'm not punch drunk. That'll be tomorrow night. I'm going to be going out with friends tomorrow night. Of course, I have to drive, so I'm not going to be able to actually get drunk. But anyway, but I am going to have fun tomorrow night. All right, so we got our names. We got a button. Clicking on the button does nothing because there isn't any actual code behind it. Oh, wait a minute. So how are we going to select winners? I think it's best that we have some kind of place for the winner to show up. Now this is going to be a simple Select-o-matic. We're only going to pick one winner. I think Dan's is more advanced. He can pull multiple names out of his hat. This one's going to be rather simple, and it's only going to pull one name. Excuse me. So what we could do is we could have the code, let me get back to the browse button. We could have the code highlight the selection. It could actually select it. It's one way we could do it, but then you'd have to scroll to see it and all that. So that's not optimal. Let's do this. We're gonna create, I think I need to resize the graphic here. It's a little big. Nah, I'm gonna leave it. I don't care. Let's see. I don't really care that this gets obscured a little bit. We're gonna create a little more space for us. We're going to shorten this up a bit. Let's see. Now there's a couple ways we could display the winner. We could just do a message box and say the winner is, yeah, let's do that. It's easy. It's simple. I like it. This is version .1, so we don't really care. We just want it to work. Hey, Adam. So, Adam is here. Did we add anyone else? I think that's it. Okay. Bonsoir, Adam McGee. Oh, Mac 84. Steve. So you're here. Okay. Alright, so our select button doesn't do anything. Let's go to the button. We called this field names, right? So we're going to go into the script, and here's where we do this programming stuff. So the programming is done in HyperCard. By version 2, you could do programming in AppleScript, actually. I've never used AppleScript. It's something, yeah, I'll get around to someday. But you can change it so that the program language is AppleScript if you're into that kind of thing. So on mouse up is the default action or event that is fired when you click a mouse. So there's a mouse down. This is mouse up. So we're going to just do something, put mouse up. Now let's do that. Put we have selected the winner, or no, that's not it. The winner is, and we don't have a winner. We're just gonna do this into the message box. I believe that's correct. So we're gonna try that. Yes, I don't use this kind of interface very much, but can't understand this script. I think it's actually 2 words. Don't make me break out the manual. Ah, there we go. There it is. It's 2 words. Joe's Computer Museum. Will you be using radioactive source as your random number generator? Yes. This actually reaches out to a singularity and uses its quantum state to figure out what the random number is. No, I'm not. I'm using the built-in random function. Okay. So we've got a button that says the winner is. Doesn't do anything else. So let's go back into the script for the button. So how do we pick a winner? So we need a random number. And as usual, I can't remember if it's the word random or rand, or it's a function, or is it something else. And instead of getting it wrong 16 times, we're going to consult the Bible, the Complete HyperCard 2.2 Handbook by Danny Goodman. If you want to know who the Lord Commander of HyperCard is, if it's not Bill Atkinson, it's Danny Goodman. So I'm going to look in the back, and I'm going to look for random. So kids, back in the ancient days, when all we had were books and magazines for this kind of thing, we actually had to use something called the index in the back of the book to look things up. And the cool thing is that you had to have some idea of what you were looking up to be able to find it. Radio buttons, no. Reports. RAM, random function. Oh, it's a function. So 776, that means it's probably actually random, and it's a function. So what I don't know is, do you need to have a seed value, or nope, you don't. Okay, probably could have guessed this, but here we are. So we need to put the random maybe I should have read how it works. I don't remember if it picks a number between 0 and 1 or what here. So I should have kept the page open. 776. See, I already forgot what page it was on. Alright. The random. The random of upper bound integer. So it works on an upper bound. Yeah, typically random length of array times length of array or something like that. That's the typical way of doing it. Now, in HyperTalk, they were trying to make it what you would think it would be without having any experience in other programming languages. So HyperTalk lets you request a random number between 1 and any number up to 2 billion something. Okay? So you put the random of 12. So that's the syntax here. Now we want it not to be the random of 12. We want it to be the random of the number of lines in card field names. I'm pretty sure that's the correct way to do this. Well, what's going on in the chat here? Let's take a minute here. So Adam sold a couple and threw out a couple of rusted bases. So how many actual Apple IIs do you have now? Singularities don't have quantum states. They lose all information upon becoming a singularity. Yes, but they have an event horizon. So yeah, I get it. I could point a camera at a lava lamp. Anything about any of the new machines that are coming out next week, Adam? Yeah, Adam, please tell us about the new machines coming out. And Joe's still going on about random number selection. Janeway, we're still talking about Star Trek. Cool. One of my favorite shows. I want a replicator. That would solve a lot of problems. Alright, back to the code. Alright, so let's see. We're going to put a random number in here. I'm going to actually use the debugger. So that's what this little checkbox does. It says stop the code execution here. We're going to close this. I'm going to pick the browser tool. We're going to click select. It executes and actually runs to that line. Now, how do you see it? So there's a bug on the menu, and you can do a variable watcher. And we don't really put this anywhere. So that's kind of a problem. So we're going to stop. Oh, I could have hit the stop debugging. Sorry, wasn't thinking. Script. We're going to use a variable. Let's call it, I like to use, let's see, into winner. Let's do that. Let's do and winner. Oh, come on, Eric. Take the caps lock off where you missed. That's what happens when you stick a book in your lap while you're trying to program. Or keyboard. Did you win yet? No. You didn't win yet. But Garth won. Garth won Bill Goat's giveaway. So, I gotta show this to Garth. This is what Bill sent me. Bill Goats. Dan. This is the small, shoot. Which icon is it? Oh, Finder. It's the small Finder icon done in knitting. So that's cool. I could use this as like a, you know, a oven mitt or a tea holder, teapot holder or something. So, all right, good. So we're gonna put this in the message box. Let's run it. Yes. The winner is 9. Who is number 9? Ha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rick is the winner. You want this? You can't have it. I'm sending it to Retro Techie. No, I'm not. You know, although this is kind of a neat idea, and if I'm going to start stealing his application ideas, I should probably knit some up, because I do know how to knit. Oh, that's right. I live streamed that, didn't I? Some kilt garters. All right. So we got a number. The winner is 7, is 12, is 5, is 12, is 3. Okay, so it appears to be random from a very small sample size. Don't cry, Garth. Hug the monkey. You'll feel better. Trina's Technobabble. This is true, sadly true. Writing less of a oh, you're talking about something. Problem than the casting. Oh, you're still talking about Ensign Kim. Never got a promotion. Alright. Script. So we got a number. We have the number of lines of the card field. So put the, is it the text of line number winner of card field. See, this is the problem with a natural language kind of language, computer programming language. It's got multiple ways of doing stuff, and you're never quite sure if the code you're writing is the right syntax. Names. into the winner name. Okay. The winner name. Let's try it, see if it works. What the heck? Can't understand the arguments put. So in other words, that's not the right syntax. Put line number winner. I bet you that'll work. Yes. Can't under the put line number winner of card field names into Alright, gonna have to consult the manual again, because I've forgotten how to do this. So we have to, I'm gonna look under fields and editing text, finding. It could be that. Let's try the finding part. No, that's probably not it. Copying, pasting between stacks, cloning on the same card. Maybe under field properties. Finding text. See the find command. That's not what we want. We want the chunking. They're called chunking functions. And it's for selecting text. Chunk expressions, 469. That's it. Like I said, if you didn't know chunking was the technique, how would you know to look it up? Concatenating components, chunks, characters, words, and lines. Okay. Word 1 of 5 of field address. I want line X of field. And we did put line, get rid of number. I'm being too verbose. Line winner of card field names. I think that might work. So we still got the browse. Hey, it worked. Pterodyne, you won. Okay, so that's how quickly you can throw together a HyperCard stack so that you can select a winner at random from a list of names. Pretty quick, really. It's just a couple lines of code. We threw a box on here. We stole Dan's idea. I stole Dan's idea for how to do this. Now, he did fancy stuff. His does sounds when you click the button. It does other things. I mean, I did some animation in another stack. I could do animation here. I could have it roll a pair of dice when you're doing it or something. So there's a bunch of stuff you could do to really make it snazzy. I could do an animated icon of Bill where maybe he puts his hand on his chin and strokes his beard. Oh, he doesn't have a beard. He's missing a beard. He really needs a beard. I could put my picture up there, me stroking my beard and thinking. You know, there's a whole bunch of neat stuff you could do in here. Now, like I said, Dan threw some sounds in. So, what the heck? I'm feeling spicy tonight. Let's do some sound. I think I've got sound capture on this. I have it turned off. So let me hit the mixer here. Get the right mouse. I'm going to turn sound on. And we'll see whether or not we can get sound out of it. I haven't tried sound capture in a while. For my capture card, I do have it plugged in to the sound. Can I make a floppy disk eject with the winner's name on it? Probably. Yeah. I wonder if there's file commands, but I don't know if there's something for ejecting the disk. I'd have to look into that. But that'd be kind of cool. I could have it print the winner out on a sheet of paper. I mean, that would be easy to do. So that, you know, it would just stick out. You know, it'd have a winning ticket with the winner's name on it or something. Or, you know, the major award could be a certificate that I print with their name on it, right? Anyway. You know, if I talk to Dan, I could probably have it blink light in Morse code to indicate who the winner is. Since Dan's been doing quite a bit of automation stuff with HyperCard. It's pretty cool. You should check out his stuff. Dan is available. He's on bitbang.social. Make it look up the winner's fax number and send them a fax. Actually, there are functions that you can use to communicate over a serial port. So I'm sure there would be a way to do that. You can even do internet functions. There's a external command for doing stuff with HTTP. So I could like write it to a website or something, I suppose. No, I'm not doing that though. Let's keep it simple. So Pterodyne, you won. My undying gratitude. Let's see what else we can do here. So if you were going to pick multiple winners, we could have it keep track of who's already won. And then that way it's only picking from the winners that, you know, one winner at a time. And we could make that an option. So we could add, you know, check boxes for, you know, to disable winners, things like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. What was I looking up? Oh, we were going to do sound. So let's have it make some noises. I'm going to look under sound in the index. Sound. 958. This is a rather big book. Sound techniques. Linking sounds. I think there's some built-in sounds. There's a HyperCard, you know, there's the harpsichord and things like that. So you can do those sounds. But you can also play digitized voices and things like that that you bring in. But let's just do something simple. You do play. So I'm going to look up the play command instead of sound. And we'll try that because that's built in. Play, play, play. Where are you? Play command 513, so I was close. 512, 513. Play, sound resource name, tempo, and the speed, notes, octave, duration. That's interesting, so there's a lot there. Play pre-recorded sounds as musical notes in varying tempo, pitches, and lengths. Harpsichord, boing, and flute are built in. So let's do a boing. I'm feeling a boing. So we're just going to do play. Let me see what those parameters were again. Okay. We could just do simply boing. And let's do that. So we're just going to play boing. Yes. Did everybody hear that? No, this is actually my video capture card. I've got an Elgato video capture card. I'm going through from my Quadra 610 to from the Apple video output to VGA to VGA to HDMI adapter into the Elgato capture card. So this is actually capturing the screen output. And Joe is the winner. Joe, you want a boing. Okay. So I'm not too keen about the message down here. I think I want to change that. So let's see. There is a way to do, it's not really it's kind of like a dialog box. Well, I guess technically it is a dialog box. Let's see if we can use that. I mean, this is fine and everything, but you can also use it to type commands and stuff. So we're going to throw a dialog box on it. Dialog boxes. See also specific dialog boxes. Standard file. Dialog layer. Dialog layer. Directory. I think it's called oh shoot. It's not say. That would be for speech. Answer command. That's what I want. 549. Okay. See, when you get to my age, you get to learn how to do things all over again, because you just have to wait a little while. If you don't use the command, you're going to forget. So it's like you get the joy of discovering how to do it over and over again. Okay, so flash. I don't want to flash. Answer. Question with reply or reply or reply. Prompts the user to make a choice for 1, 2, or 3 text buttons. When to use it. Blah, blah, blah. So you can just do OK. So we don't have to have any buttons on it. Let's go in to the button script. And let's try using answer. So we're going to comment out, use the right keyboard, Eric. 2 dashes is a comment in HyperTalk. Put the winner is and the winner name. So actually we need to do answer, not put. Answer. And it's lowercase. Answer. Oh, I'm putting parentheses around these because it makes it evaluate the expression in between the parentheses. There are some commands that will get confused if you don't wrap the what you're trying to do in a parenthesis. So it's not really a function call I'm doing there. It's really just saying make sure you evaluate what's between the parentheses first. It's an idiosyncrasy of HyperCard, and I'm just in the habit of avoiding it by always using them. So you shouldn't. This should be sufficient to do that. Let's see what we get. The winner is Trina, and it gives you an OK. Now you could do something like select a different winner. You could have a button for try again. You know, maybe if we didn't have we were doing multiple winners, and we didn't have a function built into, you know, stop selecting the same winner. So we could do that. Why don't we do that too? So we're going to go in and modify this. And we're gonna. So we've got a message that does the winner, but we want to do it with buttons. So we want to do with OK or select another. Okay. Now, it runs the answer. How do you know what button was pressed? You would think that this would be a function so that it could return a value. Well, it is kind of a function, but it uses a special keyword to contain information from the result of it. And it's called it. So it actually contains the reply you choose. So you do if it, and you can say is here, is okay. We don't need to do anything. So what if it is select another? What are we going to do? Well, we need to kind of put this in a loop. So why don't we do this? We could do... There's a couple of goofy ways we could do this. What's going to be the best way? So we need to do a repeat. And you need to do a repeat until. And I need to look to see if you can do a condition on the end of the repeat, or if we're going to have to do something different. So I'm going to look up repeat because I'm used to doing just a repeat for a fixed number of things, not doing the conditional where the condition really should be a test at the end, not at the beginning. Now, I could move this to a function and then put a repeat in it or something like that, but we're doing quick and dirty programming here, so we're just going to do the simplest thing to seemingly simple. We're not going to, you could always refactor it later to clean up what you're doing. So let's just do a repeat. Repeat control structures, 840. I really love this external brain book. 840. Alright, repeat constructions. Repeat forever. Repeat for, so a number of times. That's not going to work. repeat until, so that's a repeat until true, repeat while true. Okay, all of these require testing at the beginning of the repeat. Yep, and that's what they did. So they didn't have anything where it was like repeat, do the stuff, and then until at the bottom for the test. So it's and repeat is always at the bottom. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have the answer is going to have to be a variable, and we're going to put an empty string into the answer. Okay, because that's not okay or select another. And we can say repeat until the answer should I put parentheses around? Let's try it without. The answer is okay. Alright. So the answer does not have anything in it. It'll execute at least once. But remember, it is the variable, and it can be changed by a lot of different things. So we want to put it into the answer, just in case some other thing that we call uses it. This is why I would rather it return to function value instead of using it. But it is what it is. So what's going to happen is the answer is blank. Repeat until the answer is okay. It's not okay. Going to do the stuff. Put it into the answer. So if someone hits okay, repeat until the answer is okay. It's only going to execute once. If you put select another, it's going to repeat. So let's try that. So we should be able to pick one. The winner is Dave. I'm going to say okay. We came back. It's not executing again, so that worked. Let's click. The winner is Rick. He's noticed the select another is a little too long, so we're going to have to do something. The winner is Trina. The winner is Steve. The winner is Joe. The winner is Joe again. So we could use this to pick multiple winners. You just have to keep track of Joe already won. He can't have another. Sorry, Joe. So let's fix up the display a little bit. And let's say again. Instead of select another. Joe wins forever. Repeat forever. Put Joe in the winner name. Alright, so this should be better. Let's take a look. The Select-o-matic starting to shape up. The winner is Jack. The winner is K-Mac. Okay, there. So there you go, really simple. Now, we could add a checkbox that says something like cannot win more than once, and then if it was checked, it could check to see, it could keep a hidden list of the winners or something like that. So there's a lot of things you could do. Let's also look and make sure this is going to work right. Now, border conditions. What if I have multiple blank lines? And we can put some in between. So you have to think about these kind of border conditions if you're a programmer. I bet... Oh, I won. Joe, Adam, Rick. The winner is blank. See? You could select a blank line. Can you change the sound from a boing to a harpsichord for Joe's? Yes, I definitely. How about a Boeing harpsichord? Okay, so we got a problem with having blank lines in here. Um, One way of dealing with it would be to, when you hit the select button, it would remove all the blank lines. You know, but maybe there's some stupid reason why you wanted to do it that way. We could have, ooh, I want to have a note in here, so I'm going to put dash dash. This is a note. But, you know, we're getting silly now. It's not a programming language. We don't need comments. So let's go into the button script. And now we have to repeat if the winner is a blank until the winner has something other than a blank line in it. Can it notify you if you have two of the same names? Ah, so you want to select unique names. Yes, we could search to see whether there are duplicates or not. Is there a built-in thing to do that? I think we'd have to write a loop that goes through it, picks the first line, searches all the other lines to see if there's a repeat, picks the second line, searches the first and the third, you know, all the other lines to see if there's a repeated one. So you'd have to do that kind of search. That would be one way of doing it, and that's the programmer in me thinking about how to do it. I think there's a way you could use the find function. You could select the first line and then go find it. If you find more than one occurrence of it, because I think it gives you a count, then you could say, oh, there's two Ricks. You have to be careful though. If you've got other text boxes and things in it, and say I put myself down in there as a, you know, Eric, you know, is the developer or something like that in a text box, it could find another occurrence of Eric. There's ways of telling it not to search text boxes. So there's ways you could do it. But let's keep it simple, and we could do that. But let's figure out how to deal with the blank line issue. So we put the random of the number of lines in the card. Okay, so we have winner is the line number. So we could say, actually, let's do this. So let's initialize winner. We're going to say, and we need to do it in the loop, right? Put into winner. So it's got a blank in it. Then we're going to repeat until winner is not blank. Let's see if that syntax works. And repeat. Hey, good night, Trina. I know that coding is just not very exciting, so I apologize. Have a good night. It is 10:38. So, and I'm sure you had a long day today. I did. I won't take it personally if you have to sleep. Good night. I'm just teasing you. All right. You notice that the indentation is not right. You hit the tab key and it fixes indentation. So, all right. So it's going to repeat until winner is not blank. Now, if you put all blank lines into here, see, I'm thinking of border conditions again. What if you hit the button and you've got blank lines and you don't have any text? It's going to repeat forever on this. So this is not optimal. Somebody could go in there and just click the button to select an empty list. So that's problematic. So one way of doing that would be to check to see that there's actually lines of text in the list. I'm now making it more complicated. So maybe the safer route would be to say, go delete the empty lines from the list. And then check to see if there are any lines left. is a safer way to do it. But we're just going to go ahead and try this. Okay. So that's a lot of programming. It's called defensive programming. When you're thinking of it, you have to think of all these border conditions and account for them while you're programming. To me, it's like you're building a castle, a crystal palace, and you're dealing with one turret, but you have to think about how that affects everything else. Or another analogy I've used to explain this to non-programmers is like, I could write code that could fly a 747, right? But if I don't pay attention to how I write that code, and say one of the wing lights burned out, I could cause the engines to stop running. You know, if I had the wrong kind of code, conditional pathways and stuff like that, and if that light had to be on for the engines to function, that would be a problem, right? So you don't want the engines to jettison or quit running just because a tail light burns out. So, but that's the kind of crazy stuff that happens with programming. Way too often, actually. So where were we? We added the code to check to see if it's a blank line. So Dave. Oh, I hit OK. That's right. Again, the winner. See, I'm still getting a blank. The winner is blank. So it's not actually blank or an empty string that we're getting. What is actually going in here? So let's hit OK. Go back in the code. Script. And I'm going to do a couple of things. There's a technique that old C programmers like me learned when you're debugging, because the debugging tools were crap back in the day. And that is to stick printf statements into your code so that you can see what's going on. The problem with that is if you were corrupting the stack or something like that with the bug, you could actually move the bug so that it corrupted memory that was not critical, and your bug would go away because you're trying to look at it. So horror stories from ancient programming languages. I'm going to just do something very simple. I'm going to put a single quote before and after the name. Just so I can see what it looks like. Yes. Because I think what's happening is it's not actually an empty string. It probably is the carriage return line. No. I wonder what is actually in there. So let's go look. Look at the script. The debugging tools were kind of cool that they even had them in this, but they were limited. Variable watcher. Okay. So the answer appears to be nothing. Okay. But it's not an empty string. Or did it? Let's check the code. Did I do this right? Repeat until winner is... Oh, remember? I didn't know if not was going to work or not. So let's go back. While winner is a blank string. Let's try that. Let's get rid of this. Now, see, it's still doing it. So I'm going to have to figure out, I'll probably have to look it up in the book. Can you do a string? Yes, I can. That's a good idea, Joe. We could do a string length. I believe I could also strip out white space. Repeat until the winner is 0, or repeat while winner is while length of winner. Is it length or len? Equals 0 is 0. I think it's len. No, I'm sorry. It's not a function. Length of winner. No, it's not. Again, can't remember the syntax exactly. Don't do a lot of string manipulation. So let's look at what you get if there's a blank line. So we're going to look at fields. No, we're going to look at chunks and see if there's any examples in here that have a test. So we're going to look at chunk expressions. $4.69. Chunks, words, and lines. Okay. Okay, there wasn't much evaluating expressions. No, chunk expressions. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Sorry, I'm reading through the description. And I'm not seeing anything, so it may be under fields. Fields. Field properties. Selected line, selected text. Map characters, finding. This might have to be something I come back to. Maybe we should concentrate on removing blank lines. which means I need to be able to tell it's an empty line. So I still have the same problem, right? Is there a trim? Maybe there's a string I could look under string functions. Stacks. String searching for. That's it, because it's all under chunking probably. So back to fields. I do have another book that is organized by commands and things like that, so sometimes it's better to look there. Now, I vaguely remember running into this before, but I cannot for the life of me remember what I did. So, fields, bitmap, characters, card, changing domain, copying, editing text in. Yeah, that's for users. Field manipulation. No, it's file manipulation. Finding text. See also find command. Text search is narrowing. 55. Let's see. Field string command. Or no, let's find string. Okay. This book is divided up between programming and just, you know, authoring stacks. So sometimes where you look isn't the right place. So it could be under the script commands, or it could be under field properties. So we're going to go to all about fields and quickly scan through that. New fields, cloning. So this is all about. No, that doesn't really cover it. Containers, fields. So I apologize, I'm a little stumped on this one because I can't remember the reference. It should be under chunk expressions. You wish you had screams. Oh, sorry. Put the length of winter in temp length. So move it to a variable and test the variable is what you're trying to say. Oh boy, you've been screaming for a while. I'm sorry, Joe. Are you still here? That's the problem. Sometimes I just stick my head down. Put your fingers on the right keys. Put the length of winter in length winter. Yeah, when you're screaming into the void, it means you're screaming into my empty head right now. Not sure if length casts data in the way that repeat can check it. Yeah, that's. One of the reasons why I stick parentheses around things, and I didn't. So let's try that. So we're going to put the length of winner into len winner if repeat while len winner is 0. And then we could also do, we could check the length of winner here. So let's do that. I can't understand put. Oh, you know what I should be looking up? Let's look up length. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Just to check before we bang our head on the wall anymore. I'm looking up at the chat. Yeah, length winner's got to be inside the loop again. You're right. Length function 760. Let's make sure I'm doing the right thing here. The length of chunk expression. The length of field name. The length of, okay, so that's the right. Okay. I'll put the length of winner. Into uh-oh, my external expert has left the room. Oh yeah, we gotta look at the variable watcher. And we have to execute the next statement. Stop. Okay, length of winner is 0. Well, let's see what winner is. Because, of course, the length of winner is 0 right now because we put 0 in it. Winner is 19. Of course, I don't know what winner is. Oh. You know what we're doing? Winner is the number, not the text. It helps if you're checking the right thing. So I want to abort the trace. I'm testing the wrong thing. Winner is the number. So this should be like winner line number or something like that. See, that's the problem with using sloppy variable names like I'm doing. The winner name. So we need line winner of card field names is what we should be looking at. So, yeah. Okay. We don't want winner. We want the length of line number of card field names into length winner. Okay. If the length is 0, put length of a line number of, I don't know if that's going to work or not. I may have to have some parentheses around it for it to figure that out. Length of line winner. Okay. Yeah, let's try it. What the heck? So step is Command S. Oh, we need the variable watcher. Well, it did get out of here, so maybe we should just run it. Go. The winner is Steve. Justin, Jack, Justin keeps winning. Pterodyne, Rick. Okay, it appears not to be picking blank lines. Okay, note to self. Pay attention to what you're checking the length of. Because that's working now. Alright, we still have the problem of if it were completely blank, then this would run into an infinite loop. So, gotta fix that. Anyway, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. You guys want me to keep going? Or do you want me to stop here? It's up to you. I'll just keep hacking away at it. We wanted to eliminate duplicates. Right? Or, yeah, one problem was eliminating duplicates. As far as people winning more than once, we can pay attention to that. What we should do is have a list of winners that show up. That's one way of dealing with that. So you could add to a list of winners and then use that information not to pick the same person twice. Yeah, that's something we can do some other time. So let's we don't want to increase someone's chances, so we need to make sure there aren't duplicate names. So we should check for duplicate names and have that be an error condition that pops up that says, dude, you've got duplicates. So I'm going to add some well, we have the blank lines. Those are duplicates, but I'm not going to do that. So we're going to pick on Trina. No, it doesn't copy a new line. So there's lots of extra Trinas. So if we were to do this, Trina's going to be the winner. Okay, so she's going to pop up more. So we want to check to see if there are duplicates of Trina. So we could have a button to verify, but I think it'd be better we just add it into here. So we're going to go in the script. Now I'm going to write a separate function because now it's getting more complicated. You could do a function that takes a parameter, or you could just do a message handler. So on check dupes and check dupes. So we're gonna check for duplicate names and error. So before we go in here and do anything, we're going to check dupes. Alright, now what I should do is have a function. So if check dupes, then, well, let's not do check dupes. Let's say there are dupes. Right? There are dupes. So it should return true if there are duplicates. So this would be returned. Oh, is it return or is it the name? It's set the name of the function. I think it's return. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. True. So we're just gonna have it always return there are dupes. So we're gonna answer there are duplicate names. And we don't really need the parentheses on this. It's not an evaluation. Else, there aren't any duplicate names, so we're good. All right. Get rid of our extra lines here. So this should error out and say there are duplicate names. So this is just an easy way to test your conditional logic to make sure it's working. Can't understand there are dupes because oh, function there. I'm doing a function. Yes, because I'm returning a value. There are duplicate names. Okay, there isn't, or there is, but not because we're testing for it. Script. Okay. So now we need to check for duplicate names. And I think we can do it with the find function. So I'm going to look there. I do know how I would do it by doing a search. By just repeating through the lines and checking the rest of them. But let's see if we can leverage HyperCard to do the work for us. So we're going to look for find command. Find string command 58, 59, 530. So 530 is probably the coding. Let's go look there. 530. Find whole, find word, find characters, find string. In field expression. Okay. So that sounds like a promising one. But what does it do with it? Searches the current stack, just one field in the current stack, mark cards, blah, blah, blah. For the occurrence of a text string. Use the find command to search for the occurrence of text in the stack. Plain find command is one that appears, blah, blah, blah. Find command in script is not like the message box type of search. When the find command performs the first search and comes up with a match other than one you wanted, for example, John, in the name card field, you can't simply press return key right away to keep searching for other occurrences. Okay, so you can't use a user interface to do it. That's fine. Text in the card from a different stack than parameters. Well, the various parameters, the find command, okay. So I talk about searching for parts of words and things. Find. Does it tell me how many? HyperCard filters out backgrounds. Issuing command of search field identified a number of causes. Okay. So how do you know what the results of a find are? I think it does selected text and you have to test the selected text. I don't think that's going to be any better. So we're going to do the brute force loop. So we're going to have what we are looking for. So we got to repeat with the line number equal to 1 to number of lines in card field names, and repeat. Okay, so we've got a line number. We're gonna go through each line. We're gonna put the line number of card field names, type it right, names, into the search text. Okay, so we're going to go through each line and we're going to search for those. So what we should do is search every line except for the one that we're on, because or we could search them all, and if we get a count of 1, we're fine. So that is another way we could do it. But so we're going to go through each one. We don't need to compare the one we're on. We need to compare the rest. So repeat with the line, well, not the same thing, the search line number equal to, let's go 1 to number of lines in card field names. So we're going to search the entire thing again. If the search line number is not equal to the line number, because otherwise we skip, right? Yeah, okay, what have I got wrong here? Oh, then I forgot the keyword. You have to end an if line with a then. Okay, nobody's screaming at me, so that's good. Okay, so the line number is the one that we're searching. The search line number is where we're looking. So maybe I should change this. Nah, let's just keep it this way. Okay, so we're compare lines. If the line number of card, yeah, it gets a little verbose, names equals the, no, not the line, the search line number of card field names. Then that means we found a duplicate. Now there is a way to do a line continuation character here, but for the life of me I can't remember what it is. I'm not going to look it up, so we're just going to leave that a really long code line and check to make sure it's okay. Okay, so that's all right. So if we found a duplicate. So what we want to do is return true. We might have to do an exit. I don't remember. Okay, why are you not working? Oh, we don't have an end if yet. There we go. One of the nice things about modern development IDE, what do you call them? The development environments, editors that you have with IntelliSense and all this stuff where we want that to be false. All of the things that like you can type in the first part of a keyword like if and it'll put the matching end if on it, stuff like that is nice. You don't get any of those niceties in this editor. So you guys are talking about dumb 80s movies. IDEs, yes, thank you. Okay, so I kind of walk through this, make sure I'm not doing an infinite loop or anything. So I'm checking from line number 1 until the number of lines in the card field names. Oh, I'm not ignoring blank lines. 2. So that's a problem. It's going to find duplicates on the blank lines, but we'll worry about that later. So I have a repeat for each line. I put the line number into the text of that line into the search text. I make sure we're not comparing the same line. Well, I'm not using search text. So I don't really need that, except it would be outside the loop. It'd be more efficient. I'm just trying to make it work once. I can make it more efficient later. Compare lines to... Okay, so I'm pretty sure this isn't going to go forever. So there are duplicate names. Okay. Let's eliminate all but one of the duplicate names. Let's get rid of the blank lines. Whoop, sorry, Rick. Okay. Alright, so we only have Trina in here twice. We have duplicate names. If we get rid of Trina, the duplicate Trina, I mean. Hey, it worked. Alright, now if we put a single blank line in here, it works. If I put 2 blank lines in here, it should detect duplicates. So we have the problem with the blank lines. I think it would be better if we eliminated the blank lines. So that we wouldn't have this problem anyway. And that way, if you, let's say you had a text file that you scraped of all the names from some place and you threw it in here, it could clean up the list. You're not in the list. That's because you joined later and I've been ignoring the chat, much to Joe's frustration. Okay, now you can win. Adam won. Joe, Rick, Lord Commander Ryan Haywood. One. Hey, there you won. You won. The Lord Commander keeps winning. I won. You won again. So we've done, let's see, we added code that would not select a blank line as a winner. You're welcome. We added code to look for duplicate lines. What we didn't look for is, here's a problem. Trina and space Trina. Not a duplicate. So, border condition again. Trina, if we weren't paying attention to the names, could win. Yeah, see, there's space Trina 1. So we should be trimming the text so that there's not extra spaces. Honestly, I could do this too and might not see it, so I could just do that. See? So if I did that multiple times, I'd really increase your chances of winning. So, you know, there's still some issues with this, you know, to make sure that the selections are unique. And to make it fair. But, you know, it still functions. And it goes boing, so it's got sound. Oh, yeah, I had a request to change it to a harpsichord. So where do I do the sound? I play boing. Play harps. How do you spell harpsichord? It's past 11. My brain is fried. Someone want to put it in the chat? See if you can beat me looking it up. Of course, if I don't look at the list, and there is that 15-second delay. My gosh. It's probably not listed in the index, and you have to actually look up sound or the play command again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look up the play command. I'm starting to get fuzzy brained. I haven't finished the beer yet either. I was looking up play. You have to sing the alphabet song in my head right now. Play. Where are you? Play. Play command 513. So, does the French version of HyperCard have HyperTalk in French? I have to admit, I've never looked. Or do you have to use English for all the keywords and everything? Play, sound, harpsichord. Oh, just like I thought it was spelled. Harpsichord. Yes. Browser. That's weird. Boing harpsichord. Of course, you can play a whole bunch of other stuff, and you can do notes and all that kind of stuff, but okay. But here's a line we're just going to copy from the book. I have no idea what it plays. So play harpsichord. Tempo 120. C E E G C 5 E G 4 C 5 E. We're going to comment out the boing. And I'm going to clean this up because this is not needed. Yes. Let's play it and see what it plays. I have no idea what that is. But it's kind of neat. I should probably put in a ta-da, you know, kind of a, with clapping or something like that. Do some sound bites on it. So, okay. So, I think that the Select-o-matic could give the Hat-o-matic a run for its money. I'm sure that Dan's version of it probably isn't full of bugs or anything. This thing has border conditions that are problematic, but I think I'm going to continue to work on this a little bit, and then I'll make it available to people if they want to use it for selecting winners for contests and stuff. So it is now 11:30, and I'm tired. It's been a long week, so I think probably we're going to finish working on the Select-o-matic for the time being. And let me switch cameras here. Okay, so we had a basic stack that would do the minimum functionality of got a list of names, pick them, and it would do it. We built it in what, 20 minutes maybe, and I was talking about it while I was doing it. So it can be a very simple app, but then when you start thinking about all of the things that can go wrong, multiple lines, duplicates, all sorts of stuff, you have to go in and add a lot of code to sort through and figure those things out. And that's where writing very simple programs that work as you design them to are great. But when a user gets a hold of it, they're going to break it. And they'll break it a lot. So there's a lot that goes into thinking about how you handle what I call border conditions and trying to put yourself in the user's shoes. You know, what if they go in and they start messing around with other things in there? We didn't eliminate the menu. So let me switch back to that really quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. You have the entire HyperCard menu up here where you can delete the card and you can do all these things. So if you were going to make this into an application that you were going to distribute to people, you would want to eliminate most of the menu and make it just a very simple application. And there's ways of doing it. It's built in the HyperCard, and one of the things I'm going to get to eventually with the course is how do you create an application out of what you've created. So there's a lot of things that go into it. You can set the I forget what it's called. There's two values that you can set that is like the creator for the stack and things like that, and to put your copyright in and display a copyright. You can take control of about, so instead of about HyperCard, it's about your stack. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to go into actually building an app for distribution. So eventually I'll get to all that, but this is kind of fun to reproduce what Dan created with his Hat-o-matic, and to play around with the code and stuff. So Dan, if you come across this and you see it, thank you for the inspiration. And I'm not trying to one-up you on your work or anything, because I'm just doing it because I saw it and I thought, ooh, that's cool. I'd like to have an app like that too. And instead of asking you to share yours, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to show people how to code one. So, and we were able to do it in just a couple of lines of code, which is great. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. MARCHintosh, search for the content and everything. Don't forget that there's a t-shirt contest. If you go to my my channel and search for the major award video, all you have to do is comment on it and you're entered to draw into the drawing. So by the end of MARCHintosh, probably April 1st or something, I'll do a drawing. What else? That's MARCHintosh, the t-shirt. Let's see. What else can I talk about? I think. Oh, yes. Say hello to Steve's basement. Anyway. Alright. See you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot. Here comes the outro music, so, you know, it might be a little loud.